Good morning, students. Now let us continue with the same topic of agriculture. Yesterday we did see the word, the cropping or the time, the kind of farming or the different kinds of farming available, or the different kind of farming done in India. One of them was the primitive subsistence type of farming, which is also known as jhuming, or the simple word could have been slash and burn. Then we said about the word intensive, okay, and then we read about the word commercial and then the plantation guide. Post than that, we also studied the various kind of cropping seasons in India. And one of them was, of course, the Rabi crops, and then comes the Kharif crops, and then comes the Zaid crops. So we stopped our lecture just short of Zaid crops, and let us today continue from the same topic. So what do you mean by the word Zaid crops or the Zaid crops? So Zaid crops are nothing else but that's actually those particular crops which are grown in the smallest or the shortest range of interval, and that is in the summer months. Okay. So in between the Rabi and Kharif crops, there is this 2-month window or 3-month window, and during that window, these particular crops are grown. Now, what are these particular crops and what kind of actually material or the produce comes out of it? So you can see, I've written the word is watermelon, muskmelon, cucumber, vegetable, and the fodder crops. What do you mean by the word fodder crops? फॉडर क्रॉप्स मतलब जो आप नॉर्मली अलग अलग डेयरी प्रोडक्ट्स के लिए, आप डेयरी के लिए या आप बफेलोज एंड काउज एंड उन सबको आप जो डालते हो, सो दे आर नोन एज फॉडर क्रॉप्स. या आप किसी भी एनिमल्स को ग्रेज करने के लिए जो आप डालते हो, बिकॉज इट कंटेन्स वेरी हाई अमाउंट ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन, सो यू गिव दीज काइंड ऑफ क्रॉप्स टू देम, सो दैट विल बी नोन एज जायद क्रॉप्स. Now let us understand, after the word cropping season, let's now talk about the word major crops. Now this is that topic which I was talking about in the starting of the lecture. This is one topic, guys, which will actually make you feel proud about it. Remember that there are around 193 odd countries, all across the world. Let's see now why I am saying the 193 countries in the world. Major crops which are grown in India would be rice, wheat, millets, pulses, tea, coffee, sugarcane, oil seeds, cotton jute, etc. So all of these particular crops are the major crops which are actually grown all across India in different areas, depending on the availability of land, depending on the kind of soil over there, depending on that what kind of climate is over there, depending on what kind of irrigation features are available over there, also the availability of the rainfall or kind of rainfall which comes in. So all of those factors actually decide that which particular crop is to be sown. Now, let's start with the first word, rice. So today we are going to complete rice. Today we are also going to complete wheat, and then we are going to complete millets. So these are the 3 sections which we are going to complete it today. Let's start with the part of rice. Rice is of course the most staple food crop of the majority of Indians. सो राइस हर एक जगह पर, हर रिलीजन के अंदर, हर एक घर पे आपको मोस्ट कॉमन आपको फूड मिल ही जाएगा. सो दैट इज द रीजन व्हाई इट इज बीइंग सेड इट इज द मोस्ट स्टेपल फूड ऑफ द कंट्री. स्टेपल फूड मतलब ये बस मेन बेसिक फूड है आपके कंट्री का. ओके. इंडिया इज द सेकेंड लार्जेस्ट प्रोड्यूसर इन द वर्ल्ड, एंड गेस व्हिच वन इज द फर्स्ट? इट्स चाइना, our dear friendly neighbor. Anyway, so the second largest producer in the world after China is India. Now, if you talk about the sheer size and if you talk about the kind of population we have and the kind of problems we have and the kind of governance and the government we have, still we are the second largest producer in the world. So I'm talking about 193 odd countries, far more developed than what you are or we are, and still we are the second largest producer in the world. So you guys need to remember these points, because these points will also make you feel good, and it is very good for the part of general knowledge. Along with that, of course, for boards के लिए तो है ही important. Now, Kharif crops which requires high temperature. So rice जो है वो कौन से कैटेगरी में आएगा, रबी में या खरीफ में? Of course खरीफ के अंदर, onset of monsoon के पहले इसकी आप sowing देखोगे, इनफैक्ट महाराष्ट्र के अंदर आप बहुत इजीली आप इसकी सोइंग देखते हो. Kharif crops which requires high temperature. So these crops require high temperature, that is more than 25 degrees Celsius. High humidity, as in I told you, huge amount of water it requires. It requires high humidity, moist kind of climate. Annual rainfall above 100 centimeter. So in all those regions जहाँ पर 100 सेंटीमीटर से ज़्यादा रेनफॉल होगी वहाँ पर ये क्रॉप पक्का ग्रो होगी. Grown in the plains of north and the northeastern India. So north के अंदर पे ये क्रॉप्स बहुत इजीली ग्रो जाती हैं नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न सेक्टर में एंड द डेल्टाइक रीजन्स. सो जहाँ जहाँ पर डेल्टाइक रीजन्स होंगी, ऑफ कोर्स गाइस डेल्टा रीजन्स वो हो जाएंगे जहाँ पर दो रिवर्स आकर के आपकी मीट कर रही होंगी बिफोर एंटरिंग इनटू द सी. सो वहाँ का जो सॉइल होता है वो बहुत फर्टाइल होता है एंड एक्चुअली आप कुछ भी वहाँ पर उगा सकते हो. सो यू कैन ग्रो एनीथिंग व्हाटसोएवर यू फील लाइक. नाउ grown in the plains of north and northeastern India. If now very important point, now this point is for all of you for the next around 15 and 20 years to remember. Irrigation facilities and tube wells have made it possible in Haryana, western UP and parts of Rajasthan. Shockingly, when you are talking about the word rice, it requires huge amount of water. Okay, sometimes even the knee deep water के अंदर उसकी cropping होती है या sowing होती है. इन्होंने यहाँ पर क्लियरली लिखा हुआ है that if you are providing some place with huge amount of irrigation facilities, then technically it can be grown anywhere at all. So there's no hard and fast that this rule has to be there. It's a very sensitive crop, lower maintenance crop है, कहीं पर भी उग जाती है guys. So this crop, if irrigation facilities are over there, if water is available over there, if electricity is available over there for pumping on water, then technically you can grow this. And imagine if actually you are growing such higher qualities or higher varieties of rice, you can even start exporting and huge money actually lies over here. Now in Haryana, western UP and parts of Rajasthan, so इन जगह पर भी केवल irrigation facilities के वजह से अब ये crop उगाना possible है. Let's now move and shift our focus right from the part of rice, which was the first main staple food or the major crop which is grown in India, to the second major crop grown in India. What do you think is the second major crop grown in India? That is wheat. Now, of course, आप राइस भी खाते हो, मम्मी आपको बहुत बार बोलती होगी ये राइस नहीं लिया, चपाती लो. And this is not because she loves to pour in chapati and rice, in your belly. It's only because this is the most staple and the major crops in India which is being grown. It is the second most important cereal crop. इनफैक्ट आप जितनी भी जगह पर आप देखोगे, जब भी आप कभी बोर्नवीटा की बात करते हो, हॉर्लिक्स की बात करते हो, आप बात करते हो ऑल ऑफ दिस कॉर्नफ्लेक्स एंड ईच एंड एवरीथिंग की, प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड दैट समवेयर और द अदर द व्हीट बिकम्स अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ इट. ओके, नाउ यू विल से कॉर्नफ्लेक्स में तो कौन होगा, आई विल टेल यू लेटर ऑन. नाउ if you can see rabi crop, now this particular crop, that is the wheat, is a what, a rabi crop. अभी जो हमने जो देखा था दैट वाज राइस, आई मीन पैडी, और ये क्या था, दैट वाज अ खरीफ क्रॉप. खरीफ क्रॉप कब आपका ग्रो हो रहा है, आपको मैंने कल भी बताया था, ऑनसेट ऑफ मॉनसून एंड देन बीइंग हार्वेस्टेड इन द मंथ ऑफ सितंबर एंड अक्टूबर, राइट. सो ऑल ऑफ दोस. नाउ लेट्स टॉक अबाउट द वर्ड व्हीट. सो रबी क्रॉप, इट रिक्वायर्स अ कूल ग्रोइंग सीजन एंड गुड सनलाइट ड्यूरिंग राइपनिंग. व्हीट को काफी कूल सा सीजन चाहिए होता है, सो दैट्स द रीजन व्हाई इट्स अ रबी क्रॉप. एंड जब वो राइप हो रहा होगा उस टाइम पे इसको एम्पल अमाउंट ऑफ किसकी जरूरत पड़ती है, सनलाइट की. सो रबी की क्रॉप का जो पार्टी होता है, इट्स बीइंग सोन इन द विंटर मंथ्स एज इन अक्टूबर एंड नवंबर के टाइम पे, आप इसको हार्वेस्ट करते हो इन द मंथ ऑफ व्हाट, इन द मंथ ऑफ अप्रैल टू मे के टाइम पे वेयर व्हेन द गुड सनलाइट इज ओवर देयर. Good sunlight during ripening. It requires 50 to 75 centimeter of annual rainfall. So water का कोई problem नहीं है. It requires pretty lesser amount of water as compared to rice, which requires more than 100 centimeter of rainfall. Now, why I am saying more than 100 centimeter of rainfall with a bit of emphasis over there? Because not each and every part of India actually manages to get that kind of rainfall. So 50 to 75 centimeter is clearly available all across India, or at least in major parts. So that's the reason why this crop is grown majorly over there. Two important wheat growing zones. Now दो जो main zones हैं India के अंदर, That is, the first is the Ganga Satluj region, that is in the northwest plains, and the second is the Deccan Plateaus, where the black soil is over there. Of course, black soil is pretty good for the part of growing cotton as well. Okay, now अच्छा, by the way, ध्यान रखना, I forgot to mention, जायद crops के अंदर, when we are talking about zaid crops, then one more crop needs to be mentioned, that is sugarcane. Now sugarcane इतने जल्दी zaid crop की तरह 2 महीने में grow करके harvest नहीं कर सकते हो, so it would take at least a year or so to grow. और यदि आपने काफ़ी high biochemical inputs डाले हुए हैं तो maybe around 8 months and 7 months, but technically that much amount it requires. Okay, let's now move on to the areas which actually grow wheat. So of course it is Punjab, UP, Bihar, MP. I have written only 4. There is a whole list where wheat is grown, and there are different varieties of wheat which is being grown, at different places. Let's talk about the word millets. Now what are millets? So jowar, because of course Maharashtra is one of the famous state for jowar. So jowar is technically the third most important, major crop in India. So jowar, bajra and ragi. So ये 3 kind of crops हैं. इसके अलावा भी और भी बहुत सारे होते हैं, but right now we are talking about only these 3 as the major crops of India. Okay. So jowar, bajra and ragi. Now let's talk about one by one. All of these particular crops are normally known as coarse grains. मतलब इनके दाने काफी बड़े-बड़े होते हैं, will contain huge amount of roughage and fiber. Coarse grains, but will have very high nutrition value. Now since they have got very high nutritional value, and that is the reason why you would see world's best manager continuously, just behind your life that you need to eat wheat and you need to eat this and that, because she knows what's best for you. Jowar is the third most important food crop. As I told you, the first one was rice, the second one was wheat, and the third is jowar. Jowar, third most important food crop. It is a rain-fed crop. बारिश के अंदर अपने आप ये, मतलब अपने आप आपको सबको सीड्स डालने पड़ेंगे, अपने आप लोअर मेंटेनेंस क्रॉप है, आपको ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं करना पड़ता, ह्यूज इरिगेशन फैसिलिटीज़ की ज़रूरत नहीं होती है. So it can be easily grown. I mean, it does not require that much kind of sophisticated, instruments and all this. It's a rain-fed crop, and normally it's being grown hugely in Maharashtra. It is grown in Karnataka. It is grown in Andhra Pradesh. It is grown in Madhya Pradesh as well. Of course, और भी regions हैं, मैंने केवल 4 या 5 लिखे हुए हैं, so that you guys remember this. Now guys, before I proceed with the next statement, have you seen something, shocking? I mean, almost at each and every place. Almost every place में पंजाब एंड हरियाणा का नाम ऑलमोस्ट आता ही है. पंजाब हरियाणा, पंजाब हरियाणा, पंजाब हरियाणा, राइस पंजाब हरियाणा, wheat पंजाब हरियाणा, रागी पंजाब हरियाणा, everywhere. Now my question is, why is this Punjab and Haryana? And that's the reason why you can see actually जो इंडिया के rich states में आते हैं, उनमें one of the hottest name over there at the top would be what? Punjab and Haryana. Shockingly वहाँ पर major काम केवल आपका क्रॉपिंग का होता है, एग्रीकल्चर का होता है, yet they are earning such a huge and tons of money. That means guys, जो आपको मैंने पढ़ाया था sectors of Indian economy, it's actually not representing the correct picture. आपको लग रहा है कि by the way प्राइमरी सेक्टर के अंदर पैसा नहीं है, बट प्राइमरी सेक्टर में बहुत पैसा है. But now since everybody is westernly educated, nicely educated, so they actually want to pursue their life onto doing a service or all that sort. But actually what I want to focus is that these particular sectors or this particular sector holds a lot of promise in the near future. Next, let's talk about now the word bajra. Bajra grows well on sandy soils and shallow black soil. So bajra जो है ये of course is a part of a millet, and this can grow even on sandy soils, loamy soils and shallow black soils पे कहीं पर भी grow हो सकता है. मेजर स्टेट्स जो कि बाजरा को ग्रो करते हैं, दे विल बी राजस्थान, यूपी, एमपी, गुजरात, हरियाणा, ऑल ऑफ दो स्टेट्स, ऑफ कोर्स पंजाब. ओके, रागी इज अ क्रॉप ऑफ ड्राई रीजन. नाउ अब हम बात कर रहे हैं मिलेट्स में. ज्वार की हमने बात कर लिया, बाजरा की बात कर ली, ना हम रागी की बात कर रहे हैं. रागी इज अ क्रॉप ऑफ ड्राई रीजन. सो नॉर्मली ये उन जगह पर उगाते हैं जो जगह कंपैरेटिवली ड्राई रहते हैं, जैसे झारखंड हो गया आपका, बिहार हो गया आपका, उड़ीसा हो गया आपका, kind of those particular places. Okay, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Sikkim, Jharkhand, so there are the states. Ragi is a crop of dry season and it grows well on red, black, sandy, loamy, shallow and black soil. So this is the kind of, by the way, requirement for it. So no specific requirement is in such. आप कोई भी तरह की मिट्टी दे दो, whether it's a sandy soil, it's a loamy soil, it's a shallow black soil, कुछ भी दे दोगे, it will grow. So all of those particular places, states के नाम भी दिए हुए हैं, so you can just see. So tomorrow we are going to, of course, cover up more crops over here, and of course I'm going to tell you that India stands where on where. We are also going to talk about the commercial crops. We are also going to talk about that what are the kind of requirements it has, what are the kind of facilities even farmers require. So in short, if you can see that India holds a pretty important position in the world map as far as the crops is concerned. So इंडिया को ऐसे ही एग्रीकल्चरल कंट्री नहीं बोला जाता, ऐसे ही ग्रीन रिवॉल्यूशन हमारे इंडिया के अंदर नहीं आया था, या ऐसे ही ग्रीन रिवॉल्यूशन की हमारे इंडिया को ज़रूरत नहीं है. It's because that we are agricultural country, that's the reason why we keep on talking about. Okay, so जय जवान जय किसान वाला जो नारा था, now you can understand that why we are talking about जय जवान and जय किसान, because of course जिस भी ने भी जब ये पूरा का पूरा स्लोगन बनाया था तो think about it. They already knew that we'll be facing some of the most beautiful countries, as our neighbors. So they thought about it and then they said Jai Jawan for those neighboring countries, and of course Jai Kisan for this particular word. Okay. So Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan. With this particular slogan, I would like to end today's video. Let's start with magnetic fields now. I'm talking about science. Okay guys, see ya. Bye. Enjoy.